Hi guys, I am Samantha Vingers from AIMC Business Solutions with the awesome DeSocio, and today I'm going to be talking about how to overcome anxiety at networking events, right? So it doesn't matter whether you're old, young, you've gone to a ton of networking events, or this is your first one, right? Anxiety is real and you can have it. And this is a personal topic for me because when I started out, I was so nervous and anxious, but there are so many steps that you can take before, during, and after a networking event that can help lower it. Okay, so you can do your prep, you can go into it knowing what you want to say, and then follow up that can really help decrease that level of anxiety and make you feel confident, turning that anxiety into confidence and prepared and ready to take the day, make new connections, and really enjoy that networking event because that's what it's all about, enjoying it and making new business connections. All right, so before, this is really important. I want to say have all your stuff prepared, whether that is your LinkedIn, your business's Facebook, whether it's personal or your business. Have all of that prepared and ready and be able to pull it up at a networking event. Make sure it's all up to date. Your LinkedIn is downloaded on your phone so you can use your QR code to connect with people and have your business cards printed out in an easily accessible space. So that makes it easy when you're trying to get in touch with somebody so that you don't have to do the run-of-the-mill hold up, I need to download, and that can be awkward if you have to download or dig for your business card. So have that ready. Another thing is that I get asked from some of my student friends is, how do I dress for these events? Right? You can take a look at the Eventbrite or however you're signing up and take a look at what the venue is. But my best guess is, as I'm going to say, business to business casual, because you do want to come off as professional. What you'd wear in a work office environment and a little bit dressed up, but not too dressed up, right? It can help you feel confident and professional walking in there because there's nothing worse than going in underdressed. It's better to come in prepared. You can wear a casual, V-neck with a business top, or you can wear a suit. It is up to you, but you want to walk in there and feel confident in your skin and what you're wearing. Another one is to know what your goals going into this networking event. Are you trying to meet somebody in a specific industry? Are you just trying to make general connections, right? What are your goals? Are you just trying to get people on your Facebook page? So really go in with an idea of what you want to do. And another huge one that I probably should have done, but I had the awesome mentor, Jeff DeSocio, as you guys all know, from this page and from Mass Professional Networking and Mass Tech Networking, really helped me and guide me through it. So there are questions that you can practice yourself, practice asking questions, practice answering questions. What's your industry? What are you trying to do? What brought you to the networking event? Practice being able to have those conversations either in a mirror or with a person, and you'll find that it will start to come a little bit more natural. My first time, I just have to say, I was stuttering. I think it was my sophomore year, and I was stuttering answering questions because I didn't go in with practice, and that's just unique to me. But if I had practice, I would have been able to, boom, answer those questions, boom, rebuttal with another question about them. All right, now we've talked about the before part, and then we're going to go into the during part. My favorite thing to say, and I have two blogs for you guys from Jeff DeSocio that will also help with this because I'm not going to be mentioning everything. But when you go, get there on times, because if you go in when it's busy, sometimes it can be hard to meet people. But if you go in the beginning, there's less people to work with, and you can kind of get a lay of the land. Another one is when you get there, you can check in with the host and say, hey, maybe you can help me connect me with this person or this industry, where that's where those goals from the before came in hand. You can go up to the host and say, I'm really looking forward to, or I'm trying to meet with this type of person. Can you help introduce me? If you see anybody who comes in. And that's great because Jeff and I are more than willing, and we try to do that already to help connect you with other people, and we will introduce you to. It's a great way if you're having a little anxiety to help somebody else come in and connect you with other people. Another one is, my favorite one is, sometimes you're standing around and you're looking that other people are already in a conversation and you might be standing there a little awkwardly. Well, you don't have to be. Here's probably my favorite tip I'm going to give today is, if you're looking for how do I join a group, how do I find a conversation to talk to a network, look for one person that isn't in a conversation, because best chances are they're looking around trying to say, how do I join in a conversation as well? You walk up to the person, well, it's COVID, but you can shake the hand, but look for that one person who isn't talking to somebody, because it's harder to join a group than walk up to an individual who is alone, right? And if you want to join a group, I would say no more than like two people, because it can get congested in conversation. Wait till there is a gap in the conversation, or they look like they're at the end of their conversation to join into it, because you don't want to interrupt them if they're in the middle of a conversation. Another huge great tip during networking events is knowing how to be like a good conversationalist. Know how to ask questions, answer questions. Yet again, comes in with the before practice of your pre networking event. Knowing how to ask questions. Be cautious of how much you're talking and they're talking, because you don't want to dominate the conversation, right? And there are so many questions that you can ask. We'll go over those in a minute. But be a good conversationalist is a huge, huge, huge thing. Know when you need to talk about business and when the business conversation is over, because it doesn't have to be 100% about business and the industry and what is your work. You can ask about their hobbies or what brought them there, right? Another one that I really love for an intro into networking events and starting a conversation is, so what brought you to mass professional networking, or what brought you to the networking event? Or who are you hoping to connect with? It's a great conversation opener than what's your job, right? Because what's your job is a very short answer, and sometimes it can't promote that discussion. Maybe you can ask that once you're in the conversation, but asking, so what brought you to this networking event? Or how did you find out about the event? Who are you trying to connect with? Is a great conversation starter. And those answers that you get back from the other person can lead into more questions, right, as you pick it up and go along. But there are also some other great questions that you can ask, and I'm pulling it up from Jeff's blog yet again. I will link. Who's your business mentor? Or is it a colleague, or is it a celebrity? What's your biggest challenge right now? Or what's your biggest goal right now in business, whether it's personal or business, related to like professionalism in your career. What's your favorite business networking event? Because maybe you could link with them at another business networking event. Another great thing about going in there is, knowing to ask and to hand out your business card and to get their LinkedIn. And one thing I also am going to say about conversations is remember their name and their conversation. I know this is really hard for some people like me, because names go in one ear, right out the other. But try and remember their name, because once you connect with them and you want to do a follow-up, you want to remember what you guys had talked about so that you can continue that discussion and dialogue. Yet again, there's so much more I can say, but I'm going to move up to the after part of the networking event. Great, you made it through if you're a high anxious person, or you had a great time, right? Because we're trying to make confidence win over that. So after the networking event, be the first to reach out, right? Be the first to reach out and continue that connection and continue that dialogue and discussion that you made at the networking event. But when you reach out, and we've done videos on this, make sure that you bring up like, hi, or a part of the discussion that you guys had talked about, so that they can register who you were and what the connection and the discussion was. It helps people relate, and memory serves when you meet probably 50 people. It helps them remember that was the conversation. And you also want to be a good networking connection, right? Other than just adding them on social media or their LinkedIn or having their business card, be the first to reach out. Try and connect them with somebody else that you know that might not be in your industry, but you have a connection that you could pair somebody together. It is great, read through their LinkedIn and see what you can do. But be a good networking connection buddy, like and comment on their LinkedIn pages and just follow them. You want to be a good buddy that you made a connection. And hopefully you guys have gotten some information. Maybe you guys are going to go grab a coffee afterwards. But be the first to reach out. I have known so many people who after networking events have grabbed coffees and spurred this friendship. Like I said, I met Jeff at a AMA, American Marketing Association networking event, and then it continued on, and I was able to work with him and build a really great mentorship from him because of that follow-up and reach out. All right, so I hope that helped you guys today. Like I said, anxiety can be there, but let's fight against it, and there are really great ways that you can do that. All of these things that I said, the before, the during, and the after, are all as equally important to making sure that you get everything you can out of a networking event, and ultimately to have a good time while doing it. Now, I'm going to link the 2 articles from Jeff's blog down below so that you guys can read about them more in depth if you had a hard time following this video. We also have our new networking event for August. It is the 25th of August. It is at the Aloft Hotel in Seaport. We really hope to see you guys there. And if you have a little anxiety, try using those tips and let's root for that success and having a good and confident time. Bye, guys.